We can follow wonderful audience. We run, we win. This is James. We're going to start a 6-video series, and with this series, I'm going to make a whole bunch of wicked people mad. I'm about to make a whole bunch of innocent people uncomfortable, a whole bunch of smart people smarter, and a whole bunch of uninformed people wiser. You can choose whichever you want to be. So we're going to talk about shedding light on the whole senseless profap versus nofap debate. Obviously, fapping is a word they like to use words like that instead of saying masturbation. That's what we are actually talking about. When I was in the 6th grade years ago, they took us out of class and taught to us about sexual education. None of the kids, we had no discussion after that. None of my friends, I was like, what are we doing? Because we were in the 6th grade, we weren't even thinking about that. I mean, our parents were smart and they controlled what we watched and what we listened to, and they didn't just let us go off like, you know, animals running around in the free range of the internet and stuff like that. Our parents didn't do that, but our school did it without our parents' permission. Our parents didn't even know, and this dude's introducing ideas and concepts into 6th graders' minds. Education, wicked people who are in education will do that to your children. They will wait till you're not around, and they'll feed stuff into kids' minds because kids are simple, and they'll believe, the Bible says the simple believe every word, and so children will believe what you tell them. Which is why kids who get lied about Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny and junk like that, you know, they actually believe it. It's not innocent, it's not fun. Those kids actually believe what their parents are telling them, and then when they find out they don't like it. So we're going to talk about this. I say it's a senseless debate because by the time we're finished, you'll be able to make an informed decision that masturbation actually kills. Fapping is a fail, and it does nothing for anybody. It serves no useful purpose. The body will take care of itself. The male body will absorb testosterone. It will absorb sperm. It will absorb it after a certain amount of time anyway. It will take care of itself during nighttime emissions if necessary, but it doesn't require you to do anything. And so we're going to talk about this because the God created the human body, and we want to discuss it because a lot of people think it's fun, whatever. So I say it's senseless because by the time you're finished, you'll understand why masturbation kills. So we're going to do 6 lessons on masturbation to correct misinformations and misconceptions of a serious phenomenon. It's based off of whimsical self-pleasure. They call it self-pleasure. That's what they're doing. That's what people are doing when they're doing it. So fapping's bad business because it affects you adversely physically, mentally, and spiritually. Now this is our first thing we're going to talk about. The 3 universes. Atheistic humanism tells you that there's only 2 realms in the human experience and they're not related. And the third one doesn't even exist. They say the body's not related to the mind's not related to the body, and the third one, the spirit realm, doesn't exist. They say like if you fap like a fool for 3 hours a day or every day 4 times a day, it won't affect your mind or your spirit. You know, it's just something natural. Even animals aren't running around having sex all day long. So even by sheer definition of the physical realm, we have absolutely no example in history where you will see an animal go from animal to animal to animal to animal. You don't run around seeing animals all throughout creation masturbating. This is not a joke. This isn't funny. Because if it really was, and it was all atheistic like, they pretend, then there it would be. Everybody would be doing it. We wouldn't even be having this discussion. If it was found in nature, oh, what's your dog doing? Oh, the dog's masturbating. What's the cat doing? Oh, the cat's masturbating. I mean, that's it. That's basically what you'd see it. It'd be all over the place. But continue. They say if you do it, it won't affect your body, but it's like saying, and they also say it won't affect your mind or your spirit. They also say if you look at pornography morning, noon, and night, your body won't be affected. They say so masturbating won't affect your mind or spirit, but they don't believe in the spirit. They say pornography, looking at stuff won't affect your mind. Thus, they ignore the spiritual realm entirely. So first of all, we're going to talk about that the human experience is interconnected with the 3 dimensions, the 3 universes. The spiritual universe, the physical universe, the mental universe. Spiritual is the lowest, the mental is higher than that, the spiritual runs it all. And they're all interconnected. You are you. You are a spirit, you have a soul, you live in a body, the end. You know, you hurt your arm, my arm hurts. You say, someone says, oh, their mind hurt, their mind is messed up or whatever. But it's their mind, it's all connected. Just like if someone cuts their arm and their arm's hurting, they'll have a hard time focusing in school. Just like if someone's not saved and they die and go to hell and they get resurrected in, you know, the end of the world and they go to the lake of fire, their mind and their body are going to join them in the lake of fire. It's not some separate thing where you disappear and you're done. That's basically it. All comes down to do whatever you want to do because you know, nothing's going to happen when you die anyway. So listen, a kid who takes up sports physically can help him improve his concentration in school mentally. And it can build up his endurance to resist the sin of stealing, which is a spiritual thing. So this is how they're all connected. Taking sports helps, you know, sports is good for the body. You know, the kid likes to run or whatever and track. But that focusing, being able to practice and keep your body under and do things like that in sports helps him focus in school. That's why sports and band and many of those extracurricular activities are good because it helps you focus mentally and see how it went from the physical realm to the mental realm, but it also helps build up endurance against stealing. Because if the kid can get up and run every day, every Monday through Friday, you know, for 30 minutes when his body doesn't want to, then that means when his body would want to lie down and sleep, then that means that when he sees money on the counter or the table of one of his friends' houses and he gets the urge to steal it or the devil suggests steal it, he won't reach over and steal it. Why? Because he's built up that endurance. A woman who pays attention to the recipes while cooking. This is a mental concept. Cooking's mental. If she can pay attention to those recipes, the mental concept, she can observe the laws of the road physically. You know, this is a physical thing. She can observe, you follow these instructions here. She's physically, when she's driving, she's following the instructions. It went from the mind, you know, to the physical, and it helps her keep her mind focused on what she's believing God for too. That focused in one realm helped focus in the physical realm, helped focus in the mental realm and the spirit, well, the mental realm and the spiritual realm, which is a spiritual thing, which is it all works, believing God and stuff like that. So focusing, it all is connected. What you do will, you know, a triangle is a triangle. If one part is broken off, it's no longer a triangle. A man who keeps up his daily devotions and prayer to God, to the God of heaven, that's a spiritual activity, can keep his mind at peace and control his anger and temper. That's a mental. See how the spiritual work, getting that fixed and working on that affects the mind, and it can help and give him extreme patience when his child who's learning piano or hockey for the first time. If he can control his mind and temper and emotions, then when his child is messing up in hockey, he's not hollering and screaming and yelling at the kid like an idiot. It's all connected. All these realms are connected whether we like it or not. We didn't create the universe. We don't set the rules. We are spirits with bodies and minds. This is the foundation for why masturbation kills. Fapping is a fail because it all is interconnected. It's not just your kid running off and doing anything and he's just playing around. You're not just playing, you know, looking at pornography, all this stuff. It's interconnected, and that is the foundation. Live, move, be. See you next video.